What up, beautiful people, and welcome back to Alternative Inverts. So today I am going to be creating a video based off some of the results from my community tab on YouTube, where I asked you viewers what you want to see from our channel. A lot of you says carry on doing what you're doing, which is fantastic. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you like what I decide I want to do and what I enjoy doing. And some other people said that they want to see some videos on experienced species for experienced keepers, and also some videos on arboreal tarantulas. So I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to get you an arboreal tarantula video for an experienced keeper species. So I'm going to go with one from my favourite genus. It does need a rehouse, and that is the Phormingochilus species Sabah blue. For those who watch my channel frequently and have been watching it from the start, you will know that Phormingochilus is the genus to my heart. It is my favourite genus of tarantula, period. All of the species within the genus are absolutely beautiful. So you've got the species like the Sabah blue, the Everetti, the Achaea, Penulhuletorum. There's just so many, and they are all stunning. So we'll be rehousing the Sabah blue, showing you how to set up an Asian arboreal tarantula in its enclosure, and explain a little bit about why we set it up the way that we do. These do depend quite highly on moisture because of where they're from. They need to be kept on moist substrate pretty much at all times. Make sure they've got a water dish, give them a mist down, jobs are good. But before we move on to the rehouse of the Phormingochilus species Sabah blue, I want to give you guys another update. So you may have seen our last video where we mentioned that we have a Monocentropus balfouri eggsac from one of our females. Now, I did also mention that we paired two females. Well, on the day of editing the last video, I was looking around in the invert room and I managed to find this. That right there is another Monocentropus balfouri eggsac. As you can see, and I've explained in previous videos, the balfouri does lay a hammock, so it's webbed to this cork bark here, and it's also webbed to the side of the tub, and the eggs reside in that thickly webbed area right there. And she's done it outside of a burrow, up against the corner of this tub. Yes, that is right. So another eggsac has been found here at Alternative Inverts, and it is our second Monocentropus balfouri female that we paired up. So far we're 2 for 2. Fingers crossed they're both successful. If they are both successful, I would like to do a small communal giveaway, or maybe even 2 small communal giveaways to you viewers. So make sure you keep watching the channel and keep an eye out for it. I'm going to leave those eggsacs to hatch with the mum, providing they're successful. As you know, recently they're not always successful. Stuff can happen. But if they are, I want you guys to share some of our babies with us. So 2 communal will be up for grabs. I hope you guys are as stoked as I am. I'm over the moon. I hope you're excited for me, because I can now finally keep a communal if these are successful. But without further ado, let's take a look at the stunning Phormingochilus species Sabah blue. Let's get her rehoused. And I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you have any questions, make sure that you drop them at the end of the video, and I can get back to any of you with the answer. Let's carry on. All we have done so far is add some Irish moss peat substrate mixed with some sphagnum moss, which you can pretty much buy from any reptile store. That just helps keep the moisture within the substrate, and also eventually when this substrate becomes quite compact, you might find that water doesn't sink into the substrate very well, or it'll run down to the front of your enclosure and sort of leak through your vents. Well, if you put this into your substrate, it creates like an area where water can flow through the substrate, through the sphagnum moss, and obviously it'll get soaked up into the substrate on your bottom layers. Next, we're going to add some springtails. Now, I'll keep all of my springtails in this tub. I keep it quite moist and I also add a couple of water dishes in there just to keep the water up, because they do breed better in water. And all I'm going to do is just scoop a few bits of this substrate out into that enclosure. Next, we're just going to add a big piece of cork bark. Now, I'm not going to use the cork bark out of that tube. I changed my mind. I want it so it's more like a background and the Sabah blue can tuck itself behind. So let's get this in. So this is what we've got so far. Substrate mix, sphagnum moss, cork bark and springtails. This species definitely deserves some nice looking moss that will hopefully carry on growing within the enclosure. We'll rip that corner off so we can add in a nice little water dish down the front too, and a few extra little touches. And there we go, that is the enclosure set up for our Arboreal Phormingochilus species Sabah blue. Try to get it looking that little bit more naturalistic, to give it some moss and obviously some branches with lichen on, a little bit of leaf litter, water dish, sphagnum moss, cork bark and your Irish moss peat soil. Now we've got the enclosure set up, let's take a look at this beautiful spider and get some good close-up footage. I'll give you some information down below. Let's have a look. Remember, they are old world, so make sure if you do get one of these and that you're not experienced or you've not kept them before, make sure you are careful, because their beauty really can suck you in. Let's just see where she's at. And as you can see, she is giving a little bit of a threat pose, but they are really a beautiful spider. We'll get her out so you can see her better, but she is threat posing. The way to do it is not to mess around too much, just go in with confidence but not cockiness, and don't take no for an answer. And there we go, we've got it right in the cup. Then just remove the cup and we'll get her onto the table.
tapped in. Lately my life had a fast man, but it's ass plan. Fight for my life with the brass hands, and I still ball with a bad hand. Got an aerial point of view, but they'll never see the big picture through zoom lens. From the quicksand, make it push start, type of band's coupe with the tent plan. I'm back on my bender rolls for the kicks. They quick to give them 2 cents, but my circle tight like we glued hands. Like I don't believe in new friends. Tread light, I know the ice in. I drop the song, get a few wins. I crave the comfort in my own skin. Really, I just wanna feel the world spin. Cup of check, watch me double that. I get it lit, I watch it bubble up. Remember opening for shows, no a show, but I pulled through, I muscled up. Now the label one fuck with us. I spin the paper, let them know what's up. I figured out we really onto something, cause the jealous niggas give a subtle love. Crazy, they hella shaky on that really, but that's fake. Shit, see through the shade, shit, they so unstable. Done waiting, I'm a wanderlust, I'm really going all the way to places. Never thought I'd take it all off the phrases, but I can't get no sleep, landing in the weeks. Life is bittersweet, I can't really explain it, but it's everything I need. At least for now, I think that everything might be alright, okay, yeah. I can't get no sleep, landing in the weeks. Life is bittersweet, I can't really explain it, but it's everything I need. At least for now, I think that everything might be alright, okay. These days I get replays, blue faces, how I decorated the loose page. Remember how I used to serve the plate, clean the food tray, working 8 to 4 from Tuesday through the weekdays. Hustle evenings at the stool off Highway 92 in Haywood, always running just a few late. Tucking a new game, back to the crib and I color in new ways. Wielded a new blade, but the budget tied me down like shoestrings. Collected the loose change, those were the days that made me. She on my line like a beacon.
Just go in, woman.
Barely breathing, chasing the life how I wanted it, knowing that you was all that I need. Puzzle that all of the pieces that fit like a glove, you sit it right in front of me, how I don't see it. Hit up the Brody to vent, like thought that's tonight, take it easy. Am I on or something, or am I reaching to be validated? Instead I get told from the parking space, why do it feel like I could have a vote for the ominous faces to all that won't save us? I thought the ground was for the breaking, look like it's all overrated. Yeah, like it's all overrated. Like it's all overrated to me. Like it's all overrated to me. Can't get no sleep, landing in the weeks. Life is bittersweet, I can't really explain it, but it's everything I need. At least for now, I think that everything might be alright, okay, yeah. I can't get no sleep, landing in the weeks. Life is bittersweet, I can't really explain it, but it's everything I need. At least for now, I think that everything might be alright, okay, yeah.
Right guys, so there you have it. That's the Phormingochilus Sabah Blue. Definitely my favourite genus. There's so many different ones to choose from within that genus on which one's my favourite. I'd still probably say it's the Everetti. We've actually got quite a few. I think we've got around 12 Phormingochilus. Within those are a couple of breeding projects. So we've got 2 female Arboreals and a male that we're waiting for to mature. I'd like to breed this Sabah Blue a little bit later down the line. We've got Penulhuletorum, a couple of pairs of Achaia, Everetti. We've got quite a few Phormingochilus and they're all absolutely beautiful. Quick overview of how we keep them. So damp substrate, enough for them to burrow at the back if they do want to burrow at the bottom of the cork bark. A lot of your Asian arboreals will do that. You'll probably only see them out early hours, you know, around 2 AM if you go into your room or have a look at them wherever they are within your house. Other than that, they pretty much spend their time burrowed at the bottom of the cork bark. Keep the substrate damp. Add a little bit of sphagnum moss or some forest floor moss or something. That'll just help keep up the humidity levels, but it's mainly for decoration really. Providing you've got your water dish and the substrate is damp, that should be fine. We keep ours pretty much the same, so we keep them on the warmer end of our invert room. Our Sabah Blues usually kept at around 26 to 27 degrees during the day, and overnight the whole room drops down to about 20 to 22. So depending on where they are on our racking, the bottom is obviously the cooler area, the top is obviously the warmer, and we've also got it fluctuating across as well. So this is the cooler side and it gets warmer as you come across this side of the room. But roughly, give or take, 26, 27 degrees on the warmer side during the day, and then 20 to 22 of a night. But it's really simple. As you see, she gave me a few fret postures and a few slaps down, but she didn't at any point bolt. she was more just like, you know, leave me alone, rather than being aggressive, as people would say. She's just sort of defending herself, and she's more scared of you than you are of her. So just try and be gentle. Obviously she kept throwing up threat postures at me, but what I kept doing is stopping recording. I'd leave her for that little bit longer, and then I'd try and get her back into the enclosure again, or try and get her out of the way so I could drop the glass door down. But she was just, I don't know if she's gonna get ready to molt soon. Maybe she's just that little bit more defensive. Normally she's not like that, but I wasn't antagonising her in any way. I was just trying to get her into her enclosure. And she just didn't like being tickled with the tongues on her back legs. It happens. But she didn't really show any major aggression. It was just a bit of a threat posture, back up. I hope you like that video. Let me know what you think. Do you keep your teas, your Asian Arboreals similar? Do you keep them completely different? What works for you? Do you like the look of the enclosure? What do you think of this species of tarantula, and do you have it in your collection? Let me know all this stuff down, guys. Let's build up that little bit of discussion in the comments between yourselves as well as myself, on what you think of Phormingochilus, or what your favourite Asian Arboreal tarantula is. Remember to smash that like button for me, guys. It does really mean a lot. Drop your comments down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already and you do enjoy our content. Look after yourselves. Until the next one, guys. Catch you later and stay safe. Bye bye.